dying and shameless. I see the aimless, I don't wanna be one of the nameless. I'ma wake up with the mindset that one day I'm gonna make it. And I don't think I'll be fine if I don't break my limitations. Don't try to stop me, I exist to write my own story. I'll make a decision if I want some peace or if I want the glory. Yeah, don't want a life that is complacent or possibly boring. I just want a life that is worth every day exploring. My whole life I just wanted someone who would notice me. My whole life I just wanted to be somebody to be. Yeah, I just wanna be great. 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 Yeah, I just wanna be great.
Oh, dog, you got your YouTube playing. Road Dog, YouTube.
What's going on?
What's up? You got your YouTube playing. Somebody does. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome to the Road and Tow Show, episode 17. We have special guest ATL Audits on here. And I think ATL Audits got some stuff to get out. So we're going to allow him to use our platform and put some out. Maybe you get some more word on the street tonight. We have I Am Tow for Life, my host, Road Dogs Media. We have ATL Audits in the house, and we have American Justice in the house. So welcome in, you guys.
What's going on, everybody?
What's up? What's up?
Hey, everybody.
All right. For everybody in chat, everybody in ATL Auditor's room, welcome in, you guys. Everybody in the Road and Tow Show room, welcome in. You got anything, Road Dog? Go ahead, man. Throw it out there.
I just wanted to let everybody know. I was actually on a live stream yesterday with ATL. He was live, and when I saw this story, it was like, we need to get the word out on this. There's a little bit more to the story than I even thought. But I want him to come up and explain the story in detail. ATL, if you would start with the part that's already been apparently handled with the cameras, and then go into the story, the backstory going all the way back, or if you want to include it, however you'd like to do it. But it sounds like there's a lot of stuff that is going on there that needs to be brought out.
Real quick. Sure. Let me jump in real quick before you start, ATL. Sorry. Yeah, just like as NC Tyrant Hunter said, this is a closed panel, so there will be no link drop. So anybody that's wondering, there will be no link drop. This is a closed panel. Thank you.
All right, guys. What's happening here in the Cobb County School District is kind of atrocious. They've got themselves set up as kind of a fourth branch of government. They have a private police force that answers only to the school board. They get paid for by the school board. They take orders by the school board. And they not only, they tend to enforce policy more than they will enforce the law or your constitutional rights. But getting into the story of Cobb County, and this is happening all over Cobb. And I posted a lot of these things on my community page. There's a lot of teachers out there that are hurting kids. Just recently, a teacher was arrested at an elementary school here in Cobb County. He put up cameras in the kid's bathroom, and he was videotaping children in the bathroom. No, it just goes to show you how deep this kind of goes it's the beginning of a story. I think I'm being turned away so much simply because there's a lot of dirt in the ranks. You got a lot of higher ups that are doing some dirty things and they don't want to get exposed, and they protect each other. Now, years ago when I first moved into my neighborhood, he was getting bullied a lot by some of the neighborhood kids at the bus stop. That kind of started things. And I complained to the bus driver, I complained to the school, and they blew it off. We'll take care of it, and that's it. But it continued. And it got to the point where I need to put my foot down here. It's just, they're not doing anything. So I go up to the school and I say, you need to do something about this, to Bill Fritz and Thomas Shea, the principals at the time. You need to do something about this. Bullying is against the law. My son's being harassed on a regular basis. I want something done about this. And we got into an argument. And then at one point, Thomas Shea goes to me, well, you want your son to have a good time in school, don't you? Stop causing so many problems, or you're going to have a lot of problems in school with your kid. You want your kid to have a good time, don't you? She didn't know I was recording that meeting. So I have this witch threatening me about my son's well-being in school if I don't keep my mouth shut. Now, if that ain't enough to get your blood boiling. This school has a history. Now, I'm trying to articulate this the best way I can. I might be a little scattered-brained. Bear with me. I'll answer any questions and try to straighten it out for you if something doesn't make sense to you. A teacher over at Kemp Elementary School, Lindsay Elkins, was in the bathroom inappropriately with my son, looking at my son's penis. And she got caught. I was called. They told me what happened. I went up to the school to talk to the administrators. And I said, look, you need to do something about this. They told me, oh, we're going to talk about it next week. I'm like, no. You have a teacher in the bathroom doing something inappropriate with my son. You need to do something about it now. Or I call the police. Mind you, at this time, I didn't know, I was new to the neighborhood and everything in the town. I didn't know they had a secret police, the Cobb County School Police at the time. So I call it, they said, no, we're going to take care of it next week. It's like, you know what? I'm calling the cops. So I call the regular 911 service. And I said, look, I need a police officer at the school. The teacher was inappropriate with my son in the bathroom. I need an officer here. They told me they're going to send one. Bill Pritz and Thomas Shea canceled my 911 call and called their secret police. I call them secret police, the Cobb County School Police. They didn't call them about the teacher. Bill Pritz, after I called 911, said I had to leave the school. And I asked him why. He told me because I called the police. It's like, that doesn't make sense. This teacher did something to my kid, I'm calling the police. Why would I leave the school? And after an argument of going back and forth, he said, it's our policy. I got this on tape. I had my recorder going at the time. He said it was policy. I said, no, that doesn't make any sense. I don't think that's your policy. I'm not leaving. and he scampers off to the back room. About 15, 20 minutes later, a couple of cops come in. I find out, because I don't know they canceled my call at this point. Come to find out, they're not the police that I called. The principal called the cops on me for creating a disturbance at the school. They called a parent calling a police officer for a teacher acting inappropriately with their son in the bathroom, a disturbance. And since they're private police force, doesn't really follow a law, but kind of their policy, and just does what they want you to do. It does what the school administrators want them to do. That's what they get paid for. Bye. So I left the school with my son. I went up to the regular police, raised a big stink about it. They ciphered me back into the school. They told me they did an investigation. I asked for a report of the investigation. They wouldn't give it to me. I asked the officer that showed up at the school if I could get a copy of the video cam and the report, and she told me no. She didn't know I had my recorder going. This was before I was a lot less educated then. I didn't know about this dirtiness that was going on. I was brand new here, people. I was brand new, just learning the system. So I didn't know what to do. I was very green at the time of this situation. I've never had kids before. It's the first time with me dealing with the school systems. I don't know what to do here. I'm blind. I do know they have the power to cancel my 911 call and call their secret police in. I'm scared to hell at this point. I'm calling for inappropriate behavior of a teacher, and I have the cops called on me, and then they stand on it. I'm scared to death. The bullying continues. I keep on reporting it. I report it to the regular police, the 5th Precinct. The 5th Precinct refuses to take my reports. Sends me back to the school police. This is going on for months and months and months, up to the current situations. And all along, I'm keeping track of what's going on over in Cobb County and their school systems. Sheriffs are being arrested for child porn. I posted that, the news article. Teachers being arrested for videoing kids in the bathroom. I put that on my website. And there's many more. So there's a history in the Cobb County School District of child abusers. My son comes home with a bloody nose. He's upset again. And I'm asking him, so what happened? He said one of the kids hit him and punched him in the cafeteria. I'm like, okay, I settled him down. And then I got on the phone. And I'm like, my son was just assaulted over at your school. If this was just a one-time incident, I probably would have been able to say, all right, maybe something, all right. But my son is being bullied constantly at this school. I'm constantly reporting it. The teachers, see, this is where I'm going to get, I'm a little fuzzy brained on it. Only for the articulation, not the actual events. But the teachers start keeping a history on me. Not any history of wrongdoing. They call it wrongdoing. But because I'm complaining, they're telling the police I have a long history of being a problem. Not because I'm doing anything wrong, It's because I'm filing complaints. I'm emailing the board. This is happening. But when they talk to the police, they say, oh, we have a long history on this guy. And it shows that in my last video. With Principal Gertzke. When I called the police in on the assault on my son, the regular police came. That was a big plus for me right there, because now I have access to the camcorder, the body cam. So I get to see all the comments that the principals make, the police make, and I make. And it shows as a regular parent talking like I'm talking to you. I'm talking on this panel. What's happening? But they tell the police, oh, we have a long history on this guy. Always, yeah, we got a long history on him. So they start going into terminology, ambiguous terminology that he's a bad guy. But here I am just standing there talking to the police, and you can look in the teacher's face, and how she keeps on looking. Look at him, he's out there, he's out there. I mean, they're acting like, I'm some kind of a terrorist. So they've created this false narrative about me, saying that I'm a troublemaker, and they're refusing me services based on this false narrative. So my son comes home with the bloody nose. He's assaulted at the school and demands something to get done. I call the police. The regular police don't do anything. They said I have to call the school police. School police says, we're not going to do anything. It's over with. You need to call the school. The school police and the administrators, they blend them. So talking to the administrator is like talking to the school cop. Talking to the school cop is like talking to the school. Back and forth. There's no separation. How can they do their job if there's no neutrality there? Because there's not. There's a conflict of interest. My videos show that. But anyway, the assault on my son, so I'm emailing everybody. I want something done about this. I went to the police headquarters. I told them what was going on about these school cops not doing anything about it. I put it all on video. This is at this point after the assault. That's when I bought the GoPro, and that's when I started going live and making the YouTube channel, so I could get my word out there. Because all these bastards are ignoring the hell out of kids getting beaten and sexually harassed at the school. Because not only am I complaining to the teachers, the emails are also going out to the other parents in the classroom. And I'm telling them, look, they're doing nothing about this. Is this happening to your child? Surprisingly enough, I get emails back from other parents saying, yes, my son is being bullied. My daughter's being bullied. My daughter's being sexually harassed. So not from one classroom here, people. They're ignoring it. These kids are 7, 8, 9 years old. I had a parent tell me their daughter is being sexually harassed and they're not doing anything about it. And then you compound that when you start saying things like the teacher getting arrested for the cameras in the bathroom. Someone that does that doesn't start overnight. He didn't decide one morning, hey, you know what? I'm going to put a camera in the bathroom and get myself some child porn. A person doesn't decide that overnight. This is a pattern that he probably had. I'm calling every place to get the information on this guy. They won't give it to me. I want to know who this guy knows. Is he friends with someone over in the administrative building that's not letting me report my crimes into the police? But they won't tell me that. When I try to do a FOIA, they came back. I asked for a couple of weeks worth of emails. They wanted thousands and thousands of dollars for them. I could get a 2-foot stack of paper at the police headquarters getting police jackets. Cost me like $10. The school wants to charge me for a few pieces of paper. I think that it was like $3,800. I don't have that kind of money lying around that I could just throw it out for some paper. I don't have that money. So they're keeping their secrets by charging, crazy amounts of money for the public records. Whoa. It's a lot. It's stressful, and it wears the hell out of you. It's mind numbing. When this is happening to your kid, it's mind numbing. And they know that, and they use that. After I do, like one of the guys called an audit, I have to rest for a day. I can't. It takes a lot out of me. I'm battling with MS and everything else under the sun. These are some nasty people. Back to the assault. So I'm complaining, and I'm going to the outside police to have this taken care of. So what did the school do? They give me a criminal trespass warning because I'm going up to the superintendent's office and I'm trying to talk to someone about the assault. Now, when I was over at the superintendent's building, Sergeant Jones comes running in and he stops real quick because he noticed something that I had that he didn't know I had. My new GoPro 9 in my body harness, looking right at him. He changed his tone quite a bit. And he goes to me, are you Mr. Condalucci? I'm like, yeah, sure. So he gives me, well, here's a trespass warning. I was like, what for? Well, the school wants to give you a criminal trespass warning. It's like, did I commit a crime? He said, no. I repeated, did I commit a crime? He said, no. It's like, did I do something wrong? He said, no. I asked him, what is this trespass about? He said he didn't know. I asked him again, why are you giving me this trespass? He tells me he doesn't know. So I go back at him. So you literally don't know what you're doing. And, it's like, then he tells me, well, we're giving you the criminal trespass warning to prevent you from doing something in the future. I'm like, I've looked up the trespass law and the criteria you need to give someone a trespass warning on public property is not met. How can they do this? Well, you have a police department that follows orders from the administration, does not follow the law. You have the school administration acting like a police department. All right. So I got that all on video. It's in one of my videos online there. So I go back to the superintendent's office. And the one officer in the video, the next day when I go back to file a complaint, he tells me I have to leave for what I did yesterday. Like, what did I do yesterday? It's like, no, you need to leave. I'm trespassing. You need to leave. And then before I even have a chance to ask him why, he runs away. He literally, while I was asking him a question on what's going on, he ran away. So I'm asking questions of the secretary that's in at the front desk. She's talking to one of the administrators back in the office, in the superintendent's office. And she's kind of telling me what's going on. And I'm asking, well, who are you talking to on that telephone? Look, I know this stuff doesn't sound real clear to you guys. I'm trying to explain it the best way I can, though. I'm not the smartest person in the world.
No, you're getting your point across. Don't worry.
Thanks. If things start getting if something seems really too confusing to you, stop me and I'll zoom in on that idea.
Yeah,
for you.
no, I think you got everybody. Everybody's getting what you're putting down. So
Let me ask you a quick question. Did I
Yeah.
mishear what you said? Is majority of all of this coming from one classroom? The sexual and the bullying and stuff?
Well, I only had access to the parents in my son's class.
Okay.
So when I sent out the email, it wasn't to the entire school or anything. My email went out to the parents in that classroom.
Oh, okay. All right.
And
So
and
you just
a
have the
few of those
info.
parents and a few of those parents wrote me back and said, yes, it is happening to me as well.
Okay. I thought I heard that correctly, that it was just that. So so it is actually just to that classroom that you actually emailed out to.
Yes.
Okay, so it could be going throughout the whole class, the whole school. You just don't know for sure.
Yes, and that's why I've been posting on my community page all of the things happening in the Cobb County School District. It's important to know that what I'm reporting is not an isolated incident. You have teachers in that school system. Video, he was caught and arrested. You have a sheriff in the Cobb County school system that was arrested on child pornography. You have a lady who reported she took pictures of the cafeteria in the school because there was rodents in the food. What the school did, they went on public TV and said, "Oh, she photoshopped those photos," and then they gave her a criminal trespass warning as well. I'm not the only parent that they're doing this to. Whenever they come across someone who questions them, legitimate, hey, what's going on here? I want to file a complaint. They don't deal with it. What they do, if you demand an answer, they give you a criminal trespass warning. So they're abusing the system. They're abusing their power because there's a specific criteria on public grounds that you have to follow to give someone a criminal trespass warning. The criteria is not being met. You can't just say, "Oh, I'm going to give this guy a trespass warning because I don't like him because he's black or he's Asian." Or I mean, that's the way they're explaining it. What my video shows is that any school should give out a criminal trespass warning for any reason whatsoever.
that's the wrong message to send because that's an illegal message to send.
That's right, and I have it all on video in my video collections. They don't try to hide it. They don't try to hide it. What I want to bring up, which kind of an important thing too, if you look at the article I posted on the community page about the teacher that was arrested for putting the cameras in the bathroom, watching the little kids, it said the comment that the school put out was that they followed their policy. So they're reporting that once we found out, we followed our policy and did the right thing. It's like, whoa, hold on here a second. What do you mean you followed your policy? Why didn't you just call the damn cops? They're trying to put policy as law. And they're trying to squeeze it in a very sneaky way. First, it's just terminology and normal conversation. Now we're starting to see it in other counties across the country. Parents are not allowed to speak at school board meetings. They're trying to get parents labeled as domestic terrorists. But I'm getting off topic. So my child is getting abused at this school, and the assault was just one too many. So I'm going to the regular police. They're refusing to do a damn thing about it. I filed a complaint because when I explained to the outside officer what happened. I got a copy of that police report, and this is how I know they're real dirty. The cop in the video even says, "Oh, my wife is a teacher." I don't know. I'm thinking in the back of my head, "Oh, I'm screwed here." But anyway, I'm telling the cop, "Look, my son's assaulted. They're ignoring it." So I'm hoping that it's going to get into the report. I get a copy of the report. The assault is not mentioned. So I'm thinking, all right, kids are being abused. My kid's being abused at the school. This is neglect. They filed an unlawful criminal trespass warning on me. The big issue, so I have to go to a different agency. So like I said, I went to police headquarters multiple times. And I remember reporting this. Look, they did an unlawful trespass on me. And the lady at the police department tells me, "Oh, they could give a trespass for any reason." I was like, "No, they can't. There's a criteria that has to be met." She goes to me, "Well, you don't want a pedophile at your school, do you?" I'm like, "Oh, back up here, back up. Now you're saying what I done, what I did was comparable to a pedophile." And I told her, if you had a pedophile, they wouldn't be allowed on school ground because of the judgment against them. You're innocent until proven guilty, that kind of thing. You know, judges decide that, not some administrator. But anyway, uh, I'm telling you, look, these people are committing crimes against kids. I have emails from other parents. Other parents are afraid to come forward because they're afraid of retaliation by the school because they see what they're doing to me. And they've seen what they've done to other parents. They're afraid. They're right down afraid to do anything about it. I mean, I had a school principal threaten to say, "Oh, you want your kid to have a good time, don't you?" Yeah, F me. But anyway, I go to the headquarters. I'm like, all right, this is not working. I need to go someplace else. So I go over to Child Protective Services. And they said, "Oh, we're closed. You can't come in here. You're filming. You can't film in here." It's like, "No, I can film in here. It's a public area. I'm allowed to film." He gave me a hard time. Gave me some phone numbers and sent me on my way. Told me I had to go talk to someone else. It's like, all right. So I go down to the Attorney General's office because one of the cops told me I had to go talk to the Attorney General about this. So I go down to the Attorney General's office, and the Attorney General says, "No, we don't do that here. You need to go talk to the DA." And I'm talking to the state troopers that are there. I'm like, "What's going on? If your kid was abused, you'd want something done about it." And I'm telling the state trooper, the Georgia state trooper, "Look, and this is in my video. I'm going to file a report with you." The state trooper tells me, "Oh, we don't do that. We just do like speeding tickets and things like that." I'm sitting there dumbfounded. I was like, here I have a state trooper telling me they don't deal with child abuse or crimes other than speeding ticket, track. I'm in the back of my head. I'm like, fuck me.
Well, ATL, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
You said that you've heard back from some of the other parents that they've been having issues as well.
Yep.
Have any of y'all talked about getting together and forming up together to go to like an attorney or the
Heather,
state DA or anything?
Heather, they're afraid. I'm not joking here. I'm not trying to fluff things up. Because quite frankly, you know what? If it's happening, those parents should be doing things. I'm not trying to get a group here. I'm trying to get justice for my son for being abused. And I understand I would love to do something like that. But these parents are afraid. These parents are scared because every parent that questions the Cobb County school system gets trespassed and gets treated like a villain, like a criminal. And all my videos show that.
And I know you have talked to the local police, you've talked to the county police, and they're giving you the runaround. And I happen to know because I've talked to you about it in chat before. You've even gone to the state's attorney, have you not?
I'm going to get to that. So I'm over at the Attorney General's office, and I'm telling the state troopers, what's going on, and they say, "Well, we don't take care of this. You need to go to GBI, and you need to go to the district attorney." So now I have the Attorney General, the actual Assistant Attorney General, said, "I need to go to the DA." This is the Assistant Attorney General in Georgia, in Atlanta, Georgia. He told me I need to go to the DA. So I go up to the DA. I go into the DA's office. It's a public lobby. I have my video camera going. I have on video the police lying over and over and over again to me. I have the school administration making up lies that I could prove by videotape, emails, and audio recordings, by police recordings. I'm afraid to go anywhere without recording. It's for my safety. So I go to the DA's office, and I have my recorder going. And they told me, well, it's a private office, and I can't film in here. I'm like, no, that's not true. This is a public lobby. I'm allowed to film. And she goes, this Karen type lady goes running off to get her bosses or whatever. That's when the sheriff comes running out saying this is a private office. And I said, who pays for it? She said, taxpayers. And I said, well, it's not a private office, it's a public office. So here I am, first person out. They're lying through their teeth to me. This is why I have the camera, public safety. And, so she doesn't like that. Then she starts giving me the 100 questions in 20 seconds. I'm like, you know what? I'm not doing this. So I just started asking her a bunch of questions. When were you hired? What time were you hired? What day were you hired? And she's like, oh, no, we're not doing that. And I keep on telling her, look, I want to talk to someone in the DA's office. I keep on asking, I want to talk to someone in the DA's office. She's like, well, wait a minute. Next thing I know, I have, a half a dozen, maybe 10 sheriffs come barging in to the room. Sheriff Wright tells me, sit down, like I'm some kind of dog. And I was like, I'm not going to sit. He keeps on barking the order, sit down, sit down. And I didn't sit down. Tell me to shut off the recording. And this guy is angry, pissed, charging at me. I'm like, you know what? There's no way I'm shutting off this camera with you acting like that, buddy. There's just no way. It's just a matter of some public, my safety, my life. You have a gun. You just charged in here with, 10 people with guns. You think I'm going to shut this camera off, buddy? No, I'm not shutting this camera off. So he tells me it's against the law. You can't record in here. I asked him, what law? He couldn't tell me. I asked him again, what law am I breaking? He said, I don't know. You're just breaking the law. I mean, he actually said that. You're just breaking the law. Shut off your camera. I was like, you need to go talk to I need to talk to your supervisor. Supervisor's in the room. So the Attorney General goes tells me to go over to the DA's office. I'm in the DA's office. Now you can hear in their story what's happening at the DA. They're not letting me talk to the DA. The Georgia Supreme Court ruling, Rule 22, allows me to record, and that in that court building. They're misquoting Georgia Supreme Court Law Rule 22, which is you're allowed to record in the courthouse, the court complex. You are allowed to record in the courtroom. Now, the courtroom is where the restriction comes in Georgia. You need to have permission of the judge to record inside of the courtroom or the immediate area outside of the courtroom. I wasn't even on the same floor as any of the courtrooms. I was in like a separate part of the building as the courtrooms. I was in a public lobby. And you'll see in the video, they keep on changing their terminology. Courthouse, courtroom, court complex. Those were their three terms that they were shooting out towards me. Doing some cop logic. I'm like, no, I don't think that's right. I'm allowed to record here. This is a public lobby. They keep on, yeah, go ahead.
ATL. I was gonna say, man, Caucasian Sasquatch sent us about 3 or 4 shorts off of his channel for you that were made for you. We could go ahead and play a couple of them, give you a chance to wet your whistle, man, because you sound like you're getting parched there and everything. So
yeah, I do. I need to get a drink.
All right. Road Dog will bring them up, and we'll watch a couple of these shorts that Caucasian sent us.
All right, great. All right, I'm gonna get my drink here.
Road Dog, there you go.
All right. The first one's the trespass, I believe. Hang on.
We had some problem with the mail. You didn't get this. This is a criminal trespass warning for
What
Camp
crime?
Elementary.
What crime have I committed?
None.
So how can it be a criminal
It's
trespass?
a warning.
How can you give me a warning without committing a crime? What is your name?
Sergeant John,
What's your badge number?
14807.
Okay, how can you give me a criminal trespass without committing a crime?
It's easy.
It is? Under what law can you do that?
Georgia Code 16721.
Can you read that, please?
You can. All right. What I need you to do is sign for me and write.
I will not be signing anything.
Okay. Refuse to sign.
I'm not refusing. You have
You
to
are.
tell me, what crime I'm committing.
You have not committed any crime.
I haven't
Trying
committed
to
a crime.
prevent you from committing a crime.
So what do you guys think of that?
Crazy.
I'm like seriously blown away with, well, we're not accusing you of a crime. It really blows me away.
But if you're giving me a warning, well, yes, you are.
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
ATL, are these police that you're dealing with? Is that Cobb County or is it Atlanta City?
That cop is a Cobb County school police officer.
Cobb County school police officer.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, is he paid by the school board or is he paid
School board.
like a regular cop through the county?
School board.
Which is paid by the state, right?
Yes.
So he's state jurisdiction.
Yes.
And then my other question would be,
Not according to him.
certified- Are they certified police officers, or are they
Yes.
basically like a security guard kind of police officer?
Police officers. Police
Okay, so
officers.
they are
Yeah, they're-
certified.
Yes.
Yeah, and a lot of schools anymore, it's like they have the officers there. They don't have like just regular security.
Right.
Okay, I've got another one pulled up. Let me get this going.
I'm sure you all understand the legalistic drawback to pre-crime methodology.
Here we go again.
And you said I committed a disruption. I want to know what that disruption is.
I don't know.
So you're giving me a trespass on something you don't know about?
Yes.
Okay, that's good
On behalf
information.
of the school district.
So you're giving me a trespass. I want to repeat that. on an issue you do not know about.
Yes.
I am the law.
Crazy. It's just crazy.
Isn't he understanding?
Yeah,
For
he should have complete understanding.
for committing a disruption, but he doesn't know what the disruption is.
Yep. That's what
Okay,
he
so
said.
he didn't investigate what he was trespassing him for to begin with.
But I wasn't on the property. I wasn't on the property. I was over at the superintendent's office, people. He's giving me a trespass for Kemp Elementary School while I was over at the superintendent's office, and I was never over at Kemp Elementary School doing anything.
And he
Heather,
doesn't even
remember
know anything about it.
he said, I'm doing this to prevent you from
Yeah.
doing any crime. That's just
Oh, so I
Yeah.
guess he's got precognitive abilities, I assume.
Yes, exactly. So now in Cobb County School District, they could take legal action against you for things that you might commit in the future. Or not even might commit, to prevent you from committing things in the future.
Well, hell, if that's possible, I should have learned to do that with my children because you cannot prevent someone from doing something they haven't even thought of doing yet.
Exactly. Well, they can. The Cobb County School District can. Oh, well, to them, they think they can. But
ATL, I've watched a few of your videos, and I am so sorry you got to go through all this. It is really ridiculous.
I can't figure it out. You have to understand. I'm not used to these kind of things here, people. I've never had a YouTube channel or anything like this. I wasn't trying to be some kind of auditor. I wasn't. No. I'm trying to get my information out there because no one's freaking listening.
Right.
How am I? My kid is going through this, and every last person that is supposed to do something about it is turning their back because the school has decided we just don't like him and we have a history on him, so we don't need to apply the law or the Constitution to him. And we're gonna abuse his family. We could abuse, and you know what? I think this mentality happened. I think this is a big thing. I think it gets to a core issue. Why do certain people have an easy time? They go through school, have a good time, go to college, get a good job, and everything. And some families, they get beat and fought, and they have a hard time. They don't get the good jobs, and there's definitely a class system that they're generating right here, and I'm exposing it. This is how they generate their caste system. That's a bigger issue. That's a bigger issue. I have to deal with what's in front of me. These dirty bastards not following the law. So I'm over at the DA's office. And I'm like, I told them, look, the school police are covering up crimes happening against children over at the school. They're covering up crimes for the school and administration. And I bring up examples of people that have been caught. And there's a lot of them. If you could just Google Cobb County school system arrests, and you'll see multiple pedophiles popping up. The sheriffs being pedophiles, the school teachers being pedophiles, and they make arrests. But you have to look at their friends and family. Who are these people connected to? Because that teacher that was just arrested, like I said, that kind of mindset that would do that to a kid, that didn't happen overnight. I want to know who his friends and family are. He's taking pictures of these video cameras. Who's he sharing that with? What kind of little circle this filthy circle does he have going in that school system? Because the way they're turning their backs makes me think they're just covering up. So there's someone in the ranks And they're putting out, and since I've been bringing this out to light, they've been making a few more arrests over at the Cobb County schools. And I'm wondering if, in some far-fetched way, they're throwing out little sacrificial animals, let's see if this, calms the fire a little bit. Show people that, hey, we're doing our job. But they're not, because you know what? People are starting to take notice of the things I'm putting out there. But anyway, at the DA's office, I walk out the door. She shows me a little 6x6 sign, a little plaque on the outside window saying, "Oh, you can't film in the courthouse." And I asked her, "What law is that?" She couldn't tell me, because there is no law. She said, "Oh, it's a policy." It's like, well, the policy's not for me. Policy's for you. I have laws. I have the Constitution. But they ran off. They ran off real quick. Well, I told them, look, I still have questions. They ran off. They were refusing to identify. Some of the officers were refusing to identify. Get a load of this. One of the videos that are up has some kind of special effects. It's like a glitter sprinkle on one of the pictures. Miss Skirtsky called the cops on me. And now I have a murder investigator calling me up, asking me what my intentions are.
Wait. What?
Yeah, I heard that.
A murder investigator called my home
Holy
because
shit.
of some special effects. This fits in. They want to villainize the parent. Everything the parent does is a terrorist act.
Not so much that they're trying to villainize you, they are trying to intimidate you and scare the hell out of you to make you stop.
Yep.
No, I'm not stopping. Fuck them. I ain't stopping.
That's exactly what they want. They want you to stop. They want you to give up. They figure if they keep coming at you, you're going to stop before long, and you're just going to sweep it under the rug. Are your children still in the school district to this day?
I tore them out of there.
Okay,
good.
You homeschooling them? I take it probably.
I have them in private school right now.
All right. Yeah, I know.
I made a deal with one of the private schools.
Amen.
Amen. That's great.
Yeah. My hat's off to you for staying so calm, because I know what, I'd probably be in jail.
Mm-hmm. I think a lot of people out here would be.
Well, I have to look at it this way. I'm the only means of support for my family. So if I do anything wrong, it's not going to just hurt me. It's really going to hurt my family. Right. I'm the only means of support. My wife doesn't drive. I mean, not only is it, I have to pick up my son from school. It'll hurt in a way that I can't allow it to happen. So I need to walk the line. I have to make sure I don't break the law.
Right.
I can't do anything rash. I have to.
The only way that it's going to get settled is to do it the right way. I mean, I understand that.
I know. And they use that against you too. They say, well, why didn't you act crazy? You know what? If this was real, you would have acted crazy. What? No. If I acted crazy, not only would my kid have lost me, I would have lost my kid, I would have lost my house, I would have lost my wife, and I'd end up in jail. With no hope of ever getting it resolved. The world ain't a perfect place. Bad things happen to people. Bad things happen to people. There are no fairy tale endings. Bad things happen to good people. I mean, people think, you keep on doing the right thing, it's going to happen. That's not true. That's not true.
Well, I mean, there's strength in numbers, and I'm not telling anybody to call Cobb County or Cobb County Schools District.
Oh, I am.
And make any kind of be cordial when you call.
Yes.
Do not cuss them out one side and down the other. But I mean, strength in numbers. We need to let them know that his story is being heard and that we're out here.
So, like I said, the AG told me to go over to the DA. I went over to the DA, and they forced me out of that building with force. I mean, this is incredible. They got me the hell out of there. So I went over to the Georgia Bureau of Investigations.
Well, before you go into that, let me show these other two videos real quick.
Sure.
Because that's where you went yesterday, and I definitely want you to tell that story because I was in that live. That's how I learned about a lot of this, and it actually, you're going to be surprised what happened when he went. Let me go ahead and play this one first.
Yeah, Caucasian said it's the last video for the investigation one.
Yeah, that's actually the one I'm going to be playing right now.
Okay.
I didn't see any signs out there.
I'm telling you now.
I did not see any signs.
I'm telling you now.
What law?
This building, you cannot
What law?
live stream us. It's time for you
What
to go.
law?
It's time for you to go.
What law? What is your name?
My name is Ron Bradford. No.
Ron Bradford.
Turn it on.
Do not touch me.
Let's go.
Do not touch me.
I'm asking you nice to leave.
What law?
I'm asking you nice.
What law is that?
It doesn't have to be a law.
I am the law.
There's a public building.
Yeah, but to put us on video, you have to ask us.
What law is that?
Sir,
What law is that?
I can sue you for putting me on TV if I don't want to.
No, that's not true. I think you're incorrect.
No, you have to ask people's consent to put them online.
No, that's not true.
In this building, yes.
I didn't see any signs out there.
I'm telling you now.
I did not see any
I'm
signs.
telling you now.
What law?
This building, you
What
cannot
law?
live stream us. It's time for you
What
to go.
law?
It's time for you to go.
What law? What is your name?
My name is Ron Bradford. No.
Ron
Turn
Bradford.
it on.
Do not touch me.
Let's go.
Do not touch me.
I'm asking you nice to leave.
What law?
I'm asking you nice.
What law is that?
It doesn't have to be a law.
I am the law.
Doesn't have to be a law.
Public building.
You know what? I never even heard that part of it. I was so worked up at that point. I didn't hear him say that.
Wow.
Doesn't have to be a law.
Mm-hmm.
I've got the other one queued up, ready to go. Hang on one second.
Crazy.
Have your ID and your ID? Okay, if you just have your ID, I'll be happy to take care of it for you. I can't release it without your ID. ID too, just ask for his ID, and he says they're public records, and I don't need.
What you watching, little bro? I'm calling you. It's 20K HDR 1200 FPS Super Nintendo iOS 49 Blu-ray Ultraviolet Radiation 1080p PlayStation 5.
He's wanting the reports, and I just asked for his ID.
Produce IDs.
Did I miss a 5 o'clock free crack giveaway?
Just saying it's their policy to provide a driver's license, so, or some kind of.
Why do I have, can I see the policy?
I don't have that policy, sir.
This is ridiculous. What is going on in here? We get crack at the end?
Leave it to Caucasian, I'll tell you.
Right.
He put some good ones together.
Them shorts are just to let everybody know. Them shorts are on Caucasian Sasquatch YouTube channel, and the full length videos are ATL Audits. So go over and check them out if you haven't. Hit the like, hit the bell, all that stuff. Subscribe to each one of them. And there you go. ATL. You got some more on that story?
Yeah. Those were some of my first attempts at trying to get things done. Because the person that lives across the street from me, the abuse has been going on for a long time. I took my son up to our community pool, and I have MS, and I use a dog to help me walk. It's a is a trained service dog. He's a bona fide service dog. He's not an emotional support dog or anything. He's an actual trained service dog that I use. But anyway, I took him up to the pool over by me, and the guy who's been going after me and my family in the neighborhood, who's also a retired Cobb County fireman, the head of public safety, who's the head of all the police departments, the sheriffs, the Cobb County School, all the police, the fire department, the head of that guy, the head, is a fireman, a Cobb County fireman. So I have this retired Cobb County fireman telling my son that I had to leave the pool because I had the dog. I tell him, no, it's okay. He's a service dog. He yells at me, prove it. I'm like, you know what? You have a problem with cops.
Actually, it's illegal for him to ask you to prove it.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But you know what? They're not going to do anything about it. So I go up. I say, you have a problem, call the cops. So he calls the cops on me and my son. Here I am just trying to enjoy a day with me and my 8-year-old son at the pool with the community. And this little hate group over here who's been bullying my son for years now has 3 cops come up. Mind you, the people in the police department, family, the Officer Tidwell, is the same guy across the street whose kid has been beating up my kid. Officer Tidwell is in the 5th precinct, one of the guys that's in this community. Well, he is the brother of the police, the brother of the person that lives across the street from me, and his kid has been beating up on mine. So they all know each other, and he's a retired Cobb County fireman, and his boss is everyone's boss in Cobb County, all the police.
Oh.
So this guy, who's friends with the top guy, calls the cops on me. So I had 3 cops show up, 3 cop cars, making a scene. The hate group is gathering and gossiping together. They're huddling. Oh, we got him. You fucking bastards. They ended up, they got lucky. They didn't approach me. The cops did not approach me. But the cops tell the retired Captain Dummy, the Cobb County fireman retired, tells them, we can't, I'm sorry. We can't do anything about them. What you're going to need to do is do something about them through your HOA. The cop is telling them this. It's like giving them legal advice, how to take care of this guy. I'm like, well, because I got the body cams, and I put it up on my channel. So here we have the cops actively telling the people that are bullying me and my family and my son how to go after me. I'm kind of backwoods, so I mean, god damn. And you wonder why certain people have it so hard in life, and others, it's just they make Hollywood movies about them. It was so good. This is the kind of shit when you start digging into who knows who and whose family member is whose family member. This is how you know. This is how you find out. The people that have been bullying my kid in the Cobb County Police. The guy who's head of the HOA, retired Cobb County fireman that knows the head of everyone. It's all a friends and family network. That's why it's important that I find out, the network this teacher had with the video camera. The teacher that was in the bathroom with my son doing something inappropriate with him is friends with the lady across the street from me whose kid was yelling at my son at the school bus stop that I've been trying to report. This is a lot to absorb there. These are all the same. This is all the same group that's going after me, and I've kind of hit a core. I've hit a core where I can't go any further because they're all stopping me. So I get thrown out of the DA's office. I'm over at the GBI, Georgia Bureau of Investigations. Before that guy, went mad. Because if you listen to the full video, there's 2 videos there. That was the live stream that was showing. I also had the GoPro going. I posted that too, and it's a much better video. It's a lot clearer, and it's a full screen video of the Georgia Bureau of Investigation. I posted that one the next day. The first lady that came in with the guy that kicked me out, she actually said that it was fine for me to do that. She was telling the guy, no, it's fine. He could do it. She was actually saying it was okay. And the guy that I was sitting down with that was acting nice at first, he told me that I had to go back to the DA and I had to go back to the AG's office. And listen to how I said, well, he was telling me who can get an investigation going. And then he saw my eyes lit up. So I was like, so a mayor could start an investigation? And he's like, oh, sometimes. It's like, well, it's yes or no. They can or they cannot. Oh, sometimes. Like, son of a bitch. I mean, he doesn't want it. It's not a sometimes answer. It's a yes or no. They can or they can't. Can't almost be pregnant. They either can or they can't. But he gave me the right. I thought he was actually going to start doing something until his buddy came in. I don't know if they had that all timed out or what. But then he started saying that at the end there, the guy who kicked me out of the GBI's office, he said I was doing this for entertainment. And I yelled back at him. I told him I'm not doing this for entertainment. My kid's getting abused. I mean, it was like, how dare this guy? He thinks that I'm doing this for fun. And, it's not a bad thing. I mean, there's a lot of guys out there doing this because it's an interesting thing to do. And it is a great community activist thing to do. But, I mean, I'm not doing this for fun. I'm not doing this because I want YouTube likes and become a YouTube millionaire. I'm doing this because there are kids being abused in the Cobb County school system on a regular basis. And because they have a system of a private police force, not following the law, but following orders from the administration, they're getting away with it. And let me tell you, you know what? 3 kids were brought up with the teacher that was arrested. Let me tell you something. One of those 3 kids is important. Someone out of those 3 kids is important. That's why it was made public. Don't tell me, no, they work in private. They do everything in private. They have a private police force. They make up private police records that you can't get because they're too expensive. One of those kids was important. I guarantee you one of those kids was important. Another kid's not important. I'm not a millionaire. I'm broke most of the time.
That county definitely needs to be investigated.
Do they have my question, do you know if they have laws in place for like safe school ordinances? Back where I'm from, that's what they call them. They call them safe school ordinances, but they're actually laws that are put in place by the state for school systems. Do they have that in Georgia or?
I don't know. I don't know what that is.
It's like they're the public schools law rules. It's called like safe school. Like they like their rules are a lot. Some of them are actual laws on school property. You know what I mean? Like just for example, like a pedophile being on school property, or like a drug dealer, like a drug house right across the street from the school, you know, within a school distance of a school, you know, that becomes a different.
I've heard it. I've heard of these things.
Yeah.
You know, crimes committed in a school zone carry different penalties. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
Right.
that's the answer to that. I don't know.
I was just wondering if like some of their trespassing is, because I was looking at the Georgia trespassing laws while you were talking about it. And I couldn't find nothing on the public aspect of it, like public property aspect of it. All pretty much I got was that somebody that's responsible for the property can ask you to leave, and then if you don't leave, you're trespass, just like anywhere else. And you know, but
yeah, but you have to be asked to leave first,
right? And they don't say nothing about public property, about like what are the definitions of trespassing.
I looked it up. You have to do a little more. You have to do a little more digging.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did it real quick. I just looked up Georgia public trespassing laws,
and that's what he quoted. He quoted that law, the 16-71.
Yeah, it was something like that.
That's the one he quoted.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the law he quoted. If you look at that law, there's nothing in that law that fit. I never met the criteria of anything in there.
Right. Yeah, it said something about vandalism, fire, like
property damage,
cause of fire. Yeah, property damage, cause of fire. Yeah, all that kind of shit. I read all that real quick. I was just skimming through it, you know, just kind of while you was talking and trying to listen to.
Yeah, no, there's nothing in there. I didn't even come close to anything that's listed in there.
Yeah, it didn't say nothing about just being there to bring your grievances to the table or anything.
No. And actually, if you read further into it, get a little deeper into it, the courts even say explicitly a parent complaining about the school is not a justification for a trespass. I've read that. I did some deep reading into that.
Right.
It escapes me now, but the courts have actually laid it out where the parent actually filing complaints on the schools is not considered a disturbance. It's not, because it's a normal thing for a parent to complain, so it's not considered a disturbance. Let me get a drink.
Okay.
Yeah, while he's gone, who was it? As if it's your business, had made a comment that maybe one of these predator catchers might pick up the story. I've got several I'm going to reach out to on this.
Mm-hmm.
I just have not done it yet. I do have somebody that is reaching out to Lackluster as well, to try to get him to pick up the story. And there's a couple other avenues we're rolling down on larger auditors picking it up and try to get a story put together on this, and hopefully get him some help down there to help him get this in the right hands to where they do something about it. He did say that the person that put the cameras in the bathroom, he was arrested.
Uh-huh.
Now the teacher that was looking at his son, I don't believe anything's happened to her. I'll have to double check with him when he gets back.
Yeah.
But she needs to be looked into. I mean, it's a possibility she may be a pedophile. And if she is, she needs to be swooped up. So that is what's actually got me wanting to reach out to some of the pedophile channels, the ones that go out and catch them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we definitely need to make some reach outs to some people. I didn't even really know this story was going on until ATL and Road Dog brought it to my attention yesterday. So yeah, this is just crazy, and I'm glad that we can be here to help you out a little bit. ATL, maybe get your, one more person to hear about it out here, from our channel. One more person could help. You know what I mean?
And
So
Yeah,
ATL,
you never know.
Right.
ATL,
I
ATL,
go ahead, Heather.
expect some emails. I've dropped your email in both chat rooms, and people are saying that they're going to email you with hopefully some help.
That's good. That's good because I sure.
Yeah, and I want to throw a thank you out to Hammer Time Media. I've been subbed to ATL, but I've been pretty busy here lately, and he reached out to me and he's like, dude, you need to get over to ATL and get over there quick. And I'm like, what's going on? He's like, oh, he's being threatened with arrest. Get over there. I know you'll know what to do. So I jumped over there, and it was after it all had transpired and everything else. He was already in the car. So I reached out to ATL, and my thing is the more we can get this out there, it's going to fall into somebody's hands that's going to know exactly how to handle it, exactly what to do, and exactly the direction we need to go in, whether we need to put together a mass audit for that area, whether or not
They're devious here. And I have other videos of people going back years where Sergeant Jones is doing the same damn thing to other people. Channel 11 News on my community page, and if you look at if you go to my playlist, they're doing it to a lot of people. This one, I want to bring up Jacqueline. How do you say that name? Jacqueline. I want to say it the right way. Jacqueline. Yes. She was a student in Cobb County school system. And I'm having a hard time finding her video. She was bullied constantly. And it had videos of her parents.
I think I know which one he's referring to.
I'm not sure.
I think he had to step away for a second.
Yeah, he needed a moment.
Yeah, I think it was just upsetting him a little bit too much, which that's okay. He needs to step away. I mean, we're talking about our kids here.
Right.
Yeah.
This may not be happening to your kid, but how easy could it be your kid?
Right.
And regardless whether it's your kid or your neighbor's kid or somebody across the country's kid, it's still a kid. And these kids need a voice. Right now, we are their voice. And unless we stand up and be their voice, they're going to be bullied. They're going to be taken down like that. It's ridiculous.
This girl, her parents videotaped them going to the school board and complaining about the bullying, and they're not doing anything about it. They ended up turning the kid out of the school and moving up to Pennsylvania. And they reported it to the Pennsylvania State Police. And they said they would look into it. Then the kid committed suicide.
I thought that's the one you were talking about.
Not the only one, people. Not the only one over at Cobb County Schools. We've lost a lot of kids in the Cobb County School District because of this nonsense. And they cover it up because they have a private police force. And they set themselves up as like they're a private government, and a lot of kids are getting hurt. Not just mine. It's not just mine. A lot of kids, and they don't give a fuck. And you listen to these officers, you listen to the DA, you listen to the GBI, you listen to the AG. A parent that comes in and says all that, what I just said, and they sit back and say, I'll go talk to him. And then you have the cops, and then you see all the relationships that I'm pointing out.
Yeah, the nepotism runs deep in that community, that's for sure.
No,
Or it's
it's dirty on a
Caucasian
whole level.
tin pot dictators.
Well, this is just surface stuff that I'm hitting. I haven't done some of the deep digging. I've looked up the names because a lot of these people have lichen profiles and things like that. So I looked up Jamie Frost. I did a background check on her. She's like an administrator at the superintendent's office in charge of the Kemp Elementary School. Bill Pritz's boss. And she has a criminal history. She has an alcohol problem. And I don't know if I posted the criminal record or not, but and she has I haven't looked into much of it at all. But anyway, I looked at some of her friends and on the list, and she's good friends with the people over at the elementary school. Where the cameras were. I have to look into. There's a lot of connections that I'm finding between these people, and I understand why I'm having the hard time. To say those things makes you seem like you're crazy and you're a conspiracy theorist. But it's right there. This guy's brother works over at this police station. This guy's sister is the head of this department. That bullies kid over there. Her parent is good friends with the teacher, who's good friend with the principal's wife.
Yeah, it's called the good old boy system.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So they all know each other, and they all know each other.
Yeah, they're all like related or best friends or something.
So they build a history on me and say that I'm a bad person without any proof.
Right. I wanna say thanks. Someone's got an echo somewhere. I want to say thanks ATL for coming up here, man, and pouring your heart out to everybody. I know it's been hard for you for the last hour and 20 minutes. But
hasn't been that long.
We are definitely all with you. I'm seeing the chats light up. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's bustling about it. Everybody wants to help. Some people can't help, by coming to Georgia. But I'm sure that, people can make phone calls and people can write letters and get this out. So I do appreciate you being here, and I'm glad that you were able to come up here and let us know all this.
All right, guys. Well,
we're not going to close it down yet, but I just wanted to say that.
All right. Like I said, it's not. I put a video up of a group of kids that have been bullied in the Cobb County system, and some of them are still with us, and some of them are not. Why? Why is it even questioned, people? Kids are killing themselves in Cobb County, and they have the nerve to have a secret police covering up crimes for the administration.
Is that the video called Bullying in Cobb County?
Yeah.
It's only 3 minutes and 35 seconds. So if you would like, I can play it.
Yeah, go ahead.
after
give
Road
you-
Dog brings this video up, we'll go to some questions from the panel members. So,
Okay, here we go.
all right.
Not all of them are local.
Right.
Now, after watching that, go take a look how Cobb County and the government here treats a parent that tries to report it. What I've been trying to look at what the GBI did, look what the DA's office did, look what the Attorney General did, look what the Cobb County School Police did, look what the school is doing. After seeing that, go look at a person who tries to report it. That's why parents don't come forward. And that's why kids are dying.
So one of my co-hosts on panel requested that maybe we should go to an intermission before we have our questions and answers for everybody. So I think that sounds like a good idea. Any objections to an intermission? It's about 4 minutes long. little bit of music. Everybody go get your drinks, go get your smokes, go take a pee, all that good stuff. So
all the fun stuff.
Yeah, so I think that's a good idea. So yeah, so I got more co-hosts saying yes, intermission. So we're gonna go to intermission chats at Toe for Life Road and Toe Show, Toe for Life, Twitter, and ATL Audits. We're gonna go to a 4-minute intermission. So we'll be back.
I think it's crazy I'm the one who they labeled as controversial, and Cardi B is the role model for 12-year-old girls. There's rappers pushing Xanax at the top of the billboard, but if I mention race in a song, I'm scared I'll get killed for it. It's backwards, it's getting exponentially dumb. It's more difficult to get a job than purchase a gun. Eminem used to gay bash and murder his mom, and now he doesn't want fans if they voted for Trump. We're ashamed to be American. You should probably love it, cause you have the right to hate it and not get stoned to death in public. As children we were taught how to walk and talk, but the system wants adults to sit down and shut up. Cancel culture runs the world now, the planet went crazy. Label everything we say as homophobic or racist. If you're white, then you're privileged, guilty by association. All our childhood heroes got Me Too'd or they're rapists. They never freed the slaves. They realized that they don't need to change. They gave us tiny screens, we think we free cause we can't see the cage. They knew that race war would be the game they need to play. For people to big teams, they use the media to feed the flame.
They so fake woke. Facts don't care about feelings. They know they won't tell me what to believe in. They so fake woke. Same old safe zones. They so fake woke. Facts don't care about your feelings.
I think it's crazy how these people screaming facts, but they fake woke. Hate their neighbor cause he wears a mask or he stays home. Has a daughter but his favorite artist said he slays hoes. Picks her up from school, music slaps on the way home. Censorship's an issue cause they choose what they erase. There's a difference between hate speech and speech that you hate. I think Black Lives Matter was the stupidest name, when the system's screwing everyone exactly the same. I just want to spend Thanksgiving Day with food and my family, without being accused of celebrating native casualties. We got so divided it's black and white and political. Republicans are bigots, libtards if you're liberal. There's riots in our streets and it's just getting worse. Y'all screaming deep on the police, y'all are genius for sure. They're underfunded already, they're way too busy to work. Order food and call the cops, see what reaches you first. Segregation ended, that's a lie in itself. That was a strategy to make us think they were trying to help. They knew that racism was hot if they designed it to sell. We buy up every single box and divide us ourselves.
They so fake woke. Facts don't care about feelings. They know they won't tell me what to believe in. They so fake woke. Same old safe zones. They so fake woke. Facts don't care about your feelings.
We use violence to get peace and wonder why it isn't working. That's like sleeping with a football team to try and be a virgin. Politicians are for sale and someone always makes the purchase, but you and I cannot afford it, our democracy is worthless. If a man has mental illness, call him crazy, say it silently. When country's going crazy, we accept it as society. Get sick and take a pill, when the side effects get you high, you get addicted like these rappers dying fighting with sobriety. Censoring the facts turns our children into idiots. They claim it's for our safety, I'll tell you what it really is. Removing information that empowers all the citizens. The truth doesn't damage points of view that are legitimate. They're trying to change amen to amen and women. How'd we let them make praying a microaggression? Instead of asking God for the strength to keep winning, we cheat to get ahead and then we ask him for forgiveness. Feminism used to be the most righteous of fights, but these days it feels like they secretly hate guys. I don't trust anyone who bleeds for a week and don't die. I'm just kidding, but everything else that I said is right.
They so fake woke. Facts don't care about feelings. They know they won't tell me what to believe in. They so fake woke. Same old safe zones. They so fake woke. Facts don't care about your feelings.
God love him, Tom McDonald.
Yeah, Tom McDonald. So I just wanted to let everybody know, since we got we got a lot of people in here now, and I wasn't able to say it earlier. The Road and Tow Show has reformatted the show, just so everybody knows. The show is going to go a little bit different than it has before. We are going to have nothing but closed panels for now on. For the time being, it may change down the road. We're not sure. We're going to see how this works. It's going to be closed panels, invitation only. So, everybody knows that we go live Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. If you want to be a guest on the panel, you must email the Road and Tow Show first. And our format's going to be a little bit different. Obviously, as you see, we had our topic discussion. Now we will go to the questions and answer portion of the show. I will give every panel member opportunity to ask ATL questions if they have questions about what he has talked about. And then from there, we'll ask the chats. Chats, please work with us. We can only read so fast and so many. And you can ask your questions because I'm sure the chat's going to want to ask ATL a few questions. And hopefully he'll be able to read them and answer them the best he can. If we miss one in the chats or something, we're sorry, but we're going to try. So at that point, I wanted to so we'll go to the first person that's on the panel. We're going to go in line here. So Mark Wilson, welcome into the show. This is your first time. Thank you for being here.
No, thanks for having me, guys.
No problem. Do you have any questions for ATL?
Oh, geez. It's like, where do you begin? I mean, the guy's going through a lot.
Right.
Just, I don't know. My thing is, it's like everybody's related to everybody or friends with somebody there, and he's just like stuck. He's like a needle in a haystack.
Right.
Yeah, but I think if we get enough people together, we'll put enough heat on them.
Yes.
That it will be okay. We're gonna have to do something about this because it's getting too much notoriety across the country.
I think maybe some of these videos of ATLs and our videos and things maybe even need to be dropped to maybe even his local news stations. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, that would be a help.
Maybe they'll watch the videos and maybe try to do a story. Maybe they'll be able to get further than we can get even.
Have you even tried reaching out to the news, ATL?
I emailed a couple. There was a local newspaper, the Marietta Journal. I reached out to him not too long ago. He told me he was going to get back to me. I set up a separate email account. I haven't checked it. I set up a Proton Mail account with him. He only goes on Proton. But he said he was going to get back to me about everything that's going on and talk about it. So I've reached out to a couple of news stations, and I haven't heard much back from them.
All right. Are you around like a big college in your area?
A big one?
A college? Is there a college close to you?
Oh yeah, we got Kennesaw State. That's a big one. Georgia Tech.
Well, because I know sometimes, I've seen it happen to where people can't get through one way, so they go through the colleges and get a hold of the kids that are like trying to become news reporters and stuff. They do newspapers for the colleges, which gets out into the community.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, that would be a great idea.
It's just a matter of finding that loop to get there,
Good idea.
I mean, I'm sure you could probably Google something for like, news reporting for college or something and maybe come up with that.
Yeah, they're looking for stories to pick up, so they can learn,
Yeah, because they can do it as like extra credit for their class or something like that, and they're just going to put, and they could probably even take it further.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's something I could look into. There's a lot of what I'm running into now is that I'm going in so many directions, and I have only so many hours to do this during a week, and they keep on putting me in different directions, and I keep on
Yeah, I mean,
following the
even we can
directions
look
they're putting me
into it, or even, the people in the chat can even look into something like that, even, and then just email Road Dog or Tow for Life or something,
Mm-hmm. That sounds great. I mean, I wouldn't even have thought down that line, Mark, but that was a smart idea actually, because
Yeah, it must be that dumb
I
country
didn't
boy
think
in
about
me.
the universities.
yeah, I'm sure there's a university close to you that has some kind of journalism program that would probably maybe jump on that. Actually, I mean, if
I'm
they didn't
actually,
jump on that story, that would be like amazing to me.
Yeah, because
yeah,
there's a lot of
I'm actually
upcoming
looking at
journalists.
Kennesaw now to see if I can't find something on it.
On journalism, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
There
So
might even be like YouTubers in that area that do stuff for like the colleges and stuff. Younger kids, they might even want to pick up on something like that. It's just a matter of finding that hole where they're at.
right. Yeah, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, all
Anything
that
that's
stuff.
gonna be that's gonna affect that community. The YouTubers and stuff are all going to be involved in it. That might be something they might all be interested in as well.
Yeah, and the thing to think about too here, like with Kennesaw State, most of the teachers over at Kemp Elementary, they're all, and I brought this up a long time ago. I was like, oh my God, all you guys graduated from the same university.
Well,
I
that
think,
university might be ashamed of that
Yeah.
yeah, I
if
don't
they
know.
hear about
No,
that.
I'm just it's just coming up in the back of my head. That's all.
Right.
But yeah,
Right.
I mean,
That
I
they're gonna.
understand because everybody's like been against you on all this, and I understand that. But then
Yeah.
again, with that being the school that trained them, that's probably not the type of press they want against them if it does come out to be like that.
I'd like to see some of their PhDs taken away from them.
Yeah.
I mean, you might even be able to call like the head of the school and set up something to meet the person that does the class for journalism or something.
Yeah. Yeah, no, there's definitely a avenue I gotta pursue.
Or you just
I
go find a college party and you'll find everybody.
Right.
Hey, ATL, I just dropped a link into your room. I don't know if it's going to work because I'm not a mod there. I'm going to drop it in ours as well. It's actually a place where you can share, tweet, email them, all that stories.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to show up in your room because I'm not a mod, but I did drop it in our room so you can go back and grab it real quick at some point.
Maybe one
Okay.
of them. Maybe one
I'll
of them.
grab it. I'll grab
say,
it. I'm the only mod in his room. I'll grab it.
Okay. So
Okay, thanks.
Mark, you got any other questions for ATL?
No, I guess we can move on to the next panelist.
All right, so we will move on. Everybody, American Justice to Texas. You got anything for Mr. ATL?
I don't have a question. Well, I guess whatever you need to do, just contact me. Whether it be come up to Georgia for a reason. I have the ability to come up there right now, so if that will help, or if I need to make phone calls for you, or whatever it is, please just tell me how I can help.
And the big thing right now, I mean, like immediate help would be just get my word out there. Get my word out there. Because I plan on like going to the sheriff's office tomorrow morning because I filed a complaint on one of the sheriffs. I typed it up tonight, and I was going to go down and file a complaint against that one Sheriff Wright that came up to me and said I was breaking the law. And I did just get my word out. Get my word out. I'm kind of going brain numb. Cause it's so much. I mean, it's hard for me to focus. When I go, I'm good. You know, I'm sharp, but you know, I do lose it after a while.
Right.
But I'm going down to the sheriff's office. I need my word to get out there as much as possible. I think that's me echoing.
Snark and Sass, I'm actually got somebody reaching out to Lackluster for his story as well. I wanted to throw this out here real quick. Kind of give you an idea. You brought up the public records. Apparently, they did a story on it, and they found that it was overpriced.
Yes. Yes.
1/3 didn't even meet the state law requirement to respond within 3 days. Only 1/4 of them complied with the law after 2 or 3 phone calls.
Yes.
Or follow-up emails. 19 agency, roughly 13% precincts, took more than 20 business days to provide the requested records, and 4 never even provided it at all.
Yeah, and I could fight that in court if I knew how.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And they know that I don't know how. They have a policy to ignore and deny. Unless it's being taken into a court, they will not respond to you. And that's exactly and you'll see in all my videos, I want to talk to this, but they refuse to talk to me. They refuse to take my phone calls. They refuse to interact with me. And like with the FOIA request, they charge me that much money. I email them back. I tell them, you know, this is too much. They say they don't care. I got the emails. So that's it. We're not doing anything about it. The AG's office says, yeah, that's exactly what they're going to do. They're not going to give you the records. The AG said that in the video. The assistant.
It goes on to say the agency doesn't provide police protection. They don't have a use of force policy. They're not giving you an estimate what your records are going to cost. They just do them and expect you to pay it. I mean, it's actually a pretty interesting thing. So when you go to that link, you'll actually see where they have some of their past stories and stuff. And definitely take a look at this, because some of this stuff is actually really interesting. They're not scared to go up against local government, obviously.
No.
So definitely reach out to them.
If they're not afraid to go up against local government, what do you think a parent has a chance of doing?
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're not afraid to, obviously. So what we need to do is all of us band together. Let's try to get the word out on this. The more we can get, obviously he's not going to get the local help. So let's get the national help. And let's try to get this out. Heather just posted the Cobb County Schools Facebook. Apparently they have a page on Facebook. We could reach out to them that way. However we can reach out to them, let's reach out. Let's try to see what we can do to get somebody to make realize, okay, this is an issue.
Right on. All right. Well, we got one more panelist to ask questions. So I'm going to unmute Heather. She was having an echo problem. Hopefully it's gone. So here we go. All right, Heather, you have any questions, ATL?
I just want to give you, my sympathies for everything that you're going through, and hopefully getting this out there, and getting it out into the right hands will get you some of the help that you need, and will stop this from happening to future students and parents. If you need anything, you know how to contact all of us, and we'll do everything we can.
I think the more, it's weird because, I don't want to ask for subscribers. That's not what I'm asking for subscribers. So my channel so this information gets out there more. I'm not asking for subscribers because I want a big old channel. That's not what, and you can see that's not what I'm doing here. I'm not trying to put on a show. When I do my videos, I'm asking about a very specific thing. I'm doing a very specific thing. I'm not going in there saying, I'm a First Amendment, auditor. I'm not doing that. That's not kind of what my channel's about. But it definitely, it blends all the work that all the auditors have done, the magnificent work that all the auditors have done has helped a great deal. And you could tell that when I'm talking to these people, they go right to, here's the deal. They go right to their terminology and they know that, oh, I know exactly what you're doing. Oh, you're one of those people. So it is making an impact every place. So I mean, what you guys are doing is fantastic, because it's getting a regular parent can go into a public office and get something done. I mean, it's far off, but at least you can make it in the front door, even if it's not for very long.
Look at this. I pinned a comment at the bottom there, ATL. Take a look at that.
Yeah, I knew that was going to happen.
Why'd they block you?
Yeah, why did they block you? You weren't being disrespectful in there, and you weren't cussing, right? That is not what ATL
I'm
told.
sure
Yeah.
I can't have anyone doing that because they're going to label me as a terrorist.
Yeah. Let me put that out there, everybody. Please do not use any harsh words, harsh language, or anything of that sort with any of these people, because that's not going to help ATL's case.
Just be a concerned parent.
Yeah, be a concerned parent and a concerned citizen.
Enough.
But I think that's going to shut. I think that's going to, just saying anything about the issue. You know what I mean? For those who are controlling, their school Facebook, we're gonna get shut down there,
right?
If not immediately, eventually, because of just the topic itself. Even if we go in there respectful, and not curse and do everything, I still think it sounds like there's still going to be an issue.
Yeah.
Well, why do they shut you down?
The goal would be to reach some of them parents, though. Hopefully, through that we can get some parents to back you up. That would be great.
Yeah, I'm interested to see. I'm interested to hear what made them block Hal, honestly.
It may be a bot system they've got set up.
Yeah, like a night bot or something.
It kind of. You can set it up in a group like that to where outsiders aren't allowed in.
Yeah,
and it'll block them.
Here we go. Here's how answered us. So here we go. I'm putting it up, pinned it. So he said, I asked if they was a safe school and if the police they had was trained, which that wasn't nothing.
That's not bad.
No. Okay. All right. As long as we keep it cordial like that, everybody, we're good.
Yes, please, everyone, when you contact police stations or schools or county administrative offices, state offices on the behalf of an auditor, always be respectful. Don't lose your temper. Don't cuss them, because that will only make things worse for the auditor that you are actually trying to help.
Right.
I think sometimes it might be that, every situation is going to be, specific. But in my situation, like I said earlier, because of some special effects on one of the videos, the school principal had a murder investigation going on me, for some special effects on a video. So they call, if you sneeze, you're a terrorist. If you say boo, you're a terrorist. You know, if you complain about us, we're going to trespass you. It's a tyrannous system, and they have their own private police force that, you know, enforces policy over laws and rights. And you know, I don't want to. and I got to tell you, I'm pretty sure that a lot of these guys are watching my channel as well.
Do you go to school? Do you go to the school board meetings? Any of them, or you're trespass off the property, right?
I'm trespassed at Kemp Elementary School, not the superintendent's building where the superintendent's meeting would happen.
So do you go to the board meetings and try to put it out there at the board meetings in front of the other parents?
When the teacher was inappropriate with my son in the bathroom, I did go to the superintendent's meeting.
Okay.
And what they did to me was this. They put me very last, at the very end of the entire meeting. So almost everyone was gone. And you have to remember when that happened, that incident happened, I was unaware of a lot of things, like I was saying earlier. It happened very early on. And I actually had a newspaper approach me afterwards. And I explained to him, look, this happened and no one's doing anything about it. I explained the whole thing. And I ended up getting an apology that they called the police on me. But they told me it wasn't policy. And in return, they put up signs in the school. If you see something suspicious, call 911. But I don't know. I know a lot of the school board meetings they've been doing it on Zoom and stuff like that.
Are you able to? You should be able to log in and do it, are you?
Well, that's the ultimate control, though, the computer. And they just have to click a button and you're silenced. What they do is when you're talking, if you say something against the board, they shut your mic off. And then the school police, specifically that Sergeant Jones, is there, and he removes people.
And screen record that, dude. You need to do it every time they go live on their Zoom or whatever, and screen record the whole thing. Because at that point, they don't know you're recorded. And screen record them silencing your speech, and screen record them kicking you and silencing your speech. Because any way you look at that, that's you know what everybody in this community pretty much is considered fighting for is the First Amendment.
Oh, they don't hide that. They don't hide that they silence people. They're blunt about it. They're just blatant. They're just right out in the open about it because no one is going to stop them. Did you know that if you take a look at the Cobb County salaries of the schools, the Cobb County School Administration gets paid 2.5 times the national average of other administrators all over the country. So they're really protective of their jobs. They like that money. And let me tell you, even if they got fired and had to leave, they'd never be able to get a job to pay what they got paid in Cobb County. So they're super protective.
Is there superintendent? Is he voted in?
Yeah, and from what I understand, no one knows how.
So
he gets voted. He gets voted in. He gets voted in, but no one understands how someone like that can get voted in.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, because I know they vote at least I know for a fact the ones back home, they vote them in, and it's a vote by the people of the city.
Yeah, the entire school board is elected.
Yeah, right. So that's why I was asking.
I actually have one of the school board members. He lives right down the street from me. Just like a block down. And I told him a long time ago. I was like, you know what, Brad? I don't know you as a school board member. I know you as Brad. That's it. I don't know you as that person over that. This is a long time ago before a lot of this even happened. I don't know. I'm thinking that situation might change soon because this is getting out of hand. But
I personally, like I said, I would go to every one of them meetings if they're in meeting or if they're Zoom meetings. If they're
I'm afraid.
Well, if it's a Zoom meeting, it's even better for you because you can screen record it and there's not a damn thing they can do. So you can screen record the tyranny that they're putting towards you. You understand what I mean?
I'm afraid. I'm afraid to go to the. Like I said, I'm the sole
right. I get
means
it,
of income from. I'm afraid to go because of how crazy they are.
Mm-hmm.
I'm afraid to go to the board meeting. I really am.
Well, looking at this chat tonight and whatnot, yeah, I see it. I'll bring it up in a minute. But looking at this chat and everything that's going on in this chat tonight, there's definitely some people in here that aren't scared to go and fight for you. You know what I mean? And
that'd be nice if I could have someone go with me to some of these places, so I can have a backup. At least I know that if someone else is with me and something happens to me, I know the other person can say, "Hey, to my wife, this is happening." It's not some big secret. Where they don't know what. My husband's just not showing up. What's going on?
Right.
Because right now I'm doing this all alone. So if something happens to me,
if you got to provide for your kids, you can't go to jail and things, so you got to be there to provide for your kids. You got them out of that system. You got them somewhere else that's safe, or you feel safer where they're at. And now you're fighting for justice for your son and justice for any other children that are going through the same things, and any other parents.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not the only one that's experiencing it. A lot of these people. Cobb County is a pretty big area, and there's a lot of diversity in economics.
Mm-hmm.
And we have, the Rock. He lives not that far from me. That movie guy.
Yeah, Dwayne Rock Johnson.
Yeah, he has a house that's not that far from me. Almost as well, like walking distance. Well, it was a mansion. I don't want to give you the wrong idea that I'm in that kind of a area. No. I'm not. I'm not even close to that level.
Right.
All right, but there's a lot of people in this area too that live in, 800 square foot homes. Dad's a carpenter, mom stays at home. Extremely blue collar. I'm not talking about late. I'm talking about very blue collar type families. A lot of these blue collar type families going up against these animals with their PhDs and their little groups have no chance. I mean, I got a little bit up here, so I know what I can do. And I don't mean this in a bad way. I don't want to make it seem like I'm putting people down. But not everyone is built for a fight. And a lot of people, when they see a teacher or a cop, they take it as, "Oh, I have to listen," and that's it. It's an inbred fear. And it's not a bad thing, and it's not you can't say it's wrong or right. But the jails aren't filled with the wealthy people. Okay, I guess that's the way to put it, right?
Right.
And I mean, there's a reason for that. And a lot of the people that live in these areas are in that class, which isn't. And then I don't want to say that it's far from being like low class. I don't want to say that. We're talking about very good, honest, hardworking people, and that are a cut above the rest, but they get screwed for all the reasons that I'm talking about. Really, how some families have it, others they're put down all the time. They're repressed. They don't even know they're being repressed. They don't even know how to fight. And it's almost you don't want to even tell them because you don't want to put them in danger. Isn't that a weird thing to say?
Mm-hmm.
Like let it be. I don't know. It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing. And the teachers and the cops, they all know this. They all know everyone's social caste. I guess that's a good way to put it, is the caste system that we have here. And if you're in the wrong caste, you get fucked. Me, I'm probably like in between some kind of a caste. Or at least I see the caste and I think you might have an idea of what I'm talking about. But
Right. I get exactly what you're saying.
yeah, I can't articulate that. And that's a big problem with a lot of people. They can't articulate that.
I raised 3 boys, and they're grown, but I have grandkids. So, this kind of thing hits home for me when it comes to grandkids. You know what I mean? Like my grandkids have to go to school, and we're blue collar. My son's blue collar. You know what I mean? So my grandkids aren't going to be able to go to private schools. I'm one of them goes to school now, and she doesn't go to private school. She goes to public school, and this really, I don't know. And I'm so far away from my grandkids, so then it's even worse. You know what I mean? Like I can't be there to be the person like you are. You know what I mean? Like standing up, and watching over, keeping that watchful eye, man, because I've seen too many over the last couple of years, too many stories of abuse and sexual abuse by school systems and people in the school systems, and pedophiles in the school systems that are janitors and school bus drivers and even teachers, lunch ladies, lunch men, or whatever you want to call them, and it sickens me to think that my granddaughter and my grandson may have to go to a school, and someday I may have to fight like you to and get no not help, but to get no
resolution.
Thank you. I was drawing a blank.
I just typed. Oh no! I just typed a name in my chat room. Joseph DiLorenzo.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you a little more background about me, guys. Google his name, Joseph DiLorenzo. Pedophile, upstate New York. If you take a look, go ahead and Google him. He should still be up there. I went to a school in upstate New York, and this guy, Joseph DiLorenzo, all these kids were reporting this guy in, and they never did anything about it. And it was the same situation that we have here in Cobb County. He was my 8th grade science teacher. 8th grade earth science. And yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to talk about that one.
All right, man. That's fine.
But it took 17 years. It took 17 years to get this bastard caught and put behind bars. Because of the same system they have set up here in Cobb County.
Mm-hmm.
We were screaming at the kids, we're screaming at the top of the lungs. This is happening. Joseph DiLorenzo, my 8th grade science teacher. He used to make us boys go get him the Sports Illustrated swimsuit editions. And then he coached us back. He had all these fancy cars. He had a DeLorean. He had a Brooklyn. And he used to lure us back to his house. Same situation. The police protected him. The schools protected him. He was a pillar of the community. You know, he was in the in crowd. 17 years. He was doing things to kids. Well, God knows how much longer before we came along. So 17 years that I know about. Same shit. Same shit. And kids are actually committing suicide now. In fact, you know, kids committed suicide back then. But I don't know. It seems like today they do it a lot more than they used to.
Mm-hmm.
The weird thing. Maybe because they know it's an option. Not a good option. But I think it has a lot to do with the Satanist movement. That's a whole nother topic.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I forgot even why I brought that up.
No, that's all right, man. I appreciate you sharing, man. I know all this talk and bringing it back out and going through step by step from beginning to where we're at right now has been stressful on you, ATL. And all I can say is I commend you, man, for your strength and your fight and your will to fight, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I can see it's taking a lot out of you.
When you see me out there, you know, I mean, I'm doing this as the person that you see in front of me. I'm a concerned parent trying to bring this to people's attention. And none of them are listening. And they're supposed to. They're supposed to serve and protect and everything, but they're not. They're not. They're more concerned about their jobs and their images, their paychecks.
So I really think that I don't want to put no more stress on you, ATL. I think we had a great show. I think you enlightened a lot of people, and I think you have a lot of support here. I seen it throughout the chats, and a lot of these people I do know. A lot of these people I talk to on a daily basis, and they are about what they say. So they are about it, as I should say. But I don't want to put you through no more stressful time. I mean, like I said, man, I commend you for how strong you are, and can't no one take that away from you. You're one of the strongest people I've seen in a long time. So, I think we're going to have some closing thoughts, and I think we're going to shut this panel down because I don't think there's no more that we need to bring up out here tonight. And like I said, man, wow. If anybody can't see it, see the passion and all that in you, I don't know what else to do. You know what I mean? Like, so if anybody's watching this that didn't see it, they got to be blind, if you ask me. So
Exactly.
I'm gonna go with some closing thoughts. Road Dog, do you have anything for ATL closing thoughts?
Well, I just want him to know he's got my number now. He's more than welcome to call me anytime. He's got my email. However you want to get a hold of me, I'm available. If there's anything I can do to help, let me know. I'm like 12 hours away, so it's not like I could be there real quick. But no, I'm here for you, pulling for you. And like I said, if there's anything you need, like I said, I'm gonna reach out to some of the predator catchers that I know of that may pick this up. I have somebody reaching out that talks to Lackluster. I'm going to see if I can get him to pick it up. I got a few other channels that I'm going to reach out to. The reason why I'm even bringing up his channel, I think he will pick it up because this is a story that needs to get out there. And this is the kind of stuff that he actually does on a regular basis. But just know you have the support. And from what I can see in chat, you have the support of probably the whole community. Just let us know what we can do.
All right.
Okay. And just stay strong. What time tomorrow are you planning on going to the sheriff's office, and are you going to be live?
Yeah, I'm gonna go live in the morning. I'm not really sure what time in the morning I'm gonna be there. Anywhere between 9 o'clock in the morning, probably more like 10 and 12 seems to be my active times.
Okay. I'm going to do my best to be watching for your live, and I'll jump in there. This way,
That's
here,
Eastern
any
time.
phone calls made, we can get on them. Anybody that's in these chats, we have dropped his link. Definitely jump over there. Yeah, 10 and 12 Eastern time. Keep an eye open for it. Anybody that's available, jump into his live. Let's keep an eye on him. Make sure he stays safe.
And anybody that's in the Atlanta, Georgia area tomorrow, please reach out to ATL, and maybe if you have the time, meet up with him so he has someone for backup, so he's not there by himself.
Oh, wait a minute. We got Caucasian Sasquatch saying 10 a.m. to 12 Eastern time. He'll be there.
There you go.
As if it's your business. Are you not in Georgia as well?
Yeah. So you guys reach out out to ATL and if you can make it. He says he's got a phone to record. Okay. All right.
Yeah, you guys get together. I'm sure ATL, you have Caucasian's email. As if it's your business, we did put ATL's email in there if you don't have it. Reach out, kind of get together and see if you guys can't get a time set up. And this way here, you guys can meet up and go in there as like a unity.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, it's strength in numbers.
Right.
You going in by yourself, you're going to get pushed around real easy.
And they do.
Not saying you're a pushover. I'm not saying that. That goes for anybody. Yeah. They automatically think, okay, I can push this guy out.
Right.
You get 3 or 4 people in there. For an example, MLH did a live today, and there was like 5 or 6 of them that piled into one of the police stations that say you can't record. They didn't know what the hell to do. They were like, oh shit, we're just gonna let them record. Fuck them. So the 3 you guys going in may make a difference to where they're not going to try to push you out as easy.
Oh, sure.
Okay, and just know we're behind you. I'll try to be there You got Caucasian saying he's going to be there as if your business. He's going to be there. So there's 3 of you right there. Anybody else that's in Georgia?
Reach out.
Email him. Reach out. Let's get a group out there if all possible. Oh, now
yeah, Caucasian. He's about 4 hours from me. He's pretty far.
Yeah,
Georgia's a very long state. He's at the bottom, and I'm kind of at the top.
Yeah,
right on.
Yeah, he's saying he can't do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
So just anyways, I mean, anybody that's out there that can get there tomorrow and show your support for ATL, please reach out to him and show your support. He could use the backup there. Looks like we already have as if it's your business on board.
Yeah.
So there you go. Mark Wilson, any closing thoughts for ATL and the panel in the chat?
Well, all I got to say is ATL, and I'm sure I say this for everybody. We can see the pain in your face and actions through the video, and we see that you're carrying a load of stress on you. But just remember, you got to take care of yourself too, you know? You just got to take it easy and just kind of go with it. I mean, you seem to be doing pretty good, but you're carrying a hell of a load. We can see it.
Mm-hmm.
I got a strong back.
And is that it, Mark?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna let ATL.
Yeah, how do you end it, right?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna let you before I do our outs and all that, I'm gonna let you have your closing thoughts about tonight on here, and I'm gonna put you up on big screen if you don't mind, so everybody can hear you and see you clear as day. So here we go.
All right, so tomorrow I'm gonna head on down to the sheriff's office to go ahead and file a complaint on Sheriff Wright, the guy who came after me at the DA's office. I wanted to go there sometime in the morning. It's the best time for me. My free time is usually around between 9 and 12. That's my window. It's a Cobb County's Sheriff's Office in Marietta, Georgia. Cobb County Sheriff Office in Marietta, Georgia. I don't know their phone number. But thanks for listening. Please get me the subs, get my voice out there, get my stories out there, share my stories. And a lot of parents, not just me, a lot of parents will be grateful. And it's not just going to affect me and the kids here in Cobb County. This is something a lot bigger and a lot dirtier that's been going on in the school systems for a long time. But I think it's kind of peaking now. And we really need to bring a lot more attention to it. I honestly think it has something to do with the Satanist movement. You see the mentalities of people that are all about positivity while they're stabbing you. Be positive while they're stabbing you. You know, it's a weird thing. But thank you for your support. I appreciated the talk, the questions. I actually thought this was because in the recent past I had seen people getting sabotaged, put up on a panel, and torn apart. I've seen nightmares like that happen. And when I came up, I was hoping that it wasn't going to happen. But I was thinking in the back of my head, I was going to be torn apart.
We can start over if you want.
Yeah, I know, right? 2 hours.
Over here,
but
show we are anti-drama. We are anti-drama. We're not all about the tearing apart. We're all about getting word out. That kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's why I end up with in Hippie's channel or Silver Diamonds channel a lot. You'll see me in those two places most often, in Blackburn Audits, because there's the least amount of drama. You know, 1A, 2A. He's another person who's low key, low drama rooms, you know, that I could get into and not go nuts at. But again, like I said, thanks a lot. And it's hard to say goodbye. You never know how to end these things.
Right.
So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna hit the leave button.
And
All right, man.
We appreciate you, man, and hopefully, like I said, we got your word out to a couple people, man. So a couple more people, and we can get you some help. I'm definitely going to be on top of trying to help out. I don't know about coming to Georgia, but maybe I could do some reaching out to a few people I know out here in YouTube that may be able to even get a further reach for you.
All right, thanks. And I've got people from other countries asking me questions on my channel. I got a lot of people from Australia, the Philippines, France. I think there was a couple of people from China that are actually sending me questions about what's going on and how is this allowed that. So this is actually it's getting kind of interesting because I think a couple of the people, there was one guy who does a lot of pictures of different places around the world, and I think he does some kind of, I have to read his stuff again. He does some kind of Child International thing, and something piqued the interest on there. But I ended up, I subscribed to him. He's in my subscription list, and he's giving me thumbs up on some of my videos, and I've gone into some of his chat rooms, which I don't understand, but he translates for me every so often to tell me what's going on. There's a lot of great people all over the place, literally all over the world. That span, when everything I just said there spans the entire continent or the entire globe. You know, Australia, Philippines, France, UK, US, South America too. I got family down there, so I'm on every continent. I think I think this could be quite big.
Mm-hmm.
I think
we're definitely going to see what we can do for you.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
All right. You take care.
You can stay if you want to watch the outro. You can hang out, and then when I end the stream, it'll end your stream on your channel, so it'll be okay. We, you know how we do it. We run the outro, and then me and Road Dog will kick everybody out, and we'll give our close for the night. So here we go, y'all.
This shit, I'm out. No thanks. Don't mind me. I'ma just grab my stuff and leave. Excuse me, please. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Nope. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Alright then. I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I don't really care. I'ma get the fuck up out of here. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
All right, we'll see you guys later, ATL and Mark.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yep. All right. So, wow. That was a damn good show, I think. Like always, you people in the chat, and I love the chat tonight. The chat was rolling with nothing but support for ATL. You know I love you guys. All the people on ATL side of things, thank you for being here and supporting ATL. And it was a great show. And I love you guys. All the mods, Judd, Farlap, Heather, these are all my mods. I think Heather is a mod over there. So Judd, Farlap, Heather, Big Man Audits. Thank you guys. Caucasian Sasquatch, thank you for the videos and letting us use them. Oh, what else? What am I forgetting? Oh, yeah, all the people on panel. ATL, of course. Mark Wilson, American Justice of Texas, Heather Holt, and NC, Tyrant Hunter. Thank you all for being here, and thank you all for coming up on our panel and showing the love for ATL. And we wish ATL nothing but the best. And everybody, like I said, help him out. Just be respectful. And over to you, Road Dog.
Same thing. I'd like to thank everybody for coming in. I heard this story yesterday, kind of bits and pieces of it, and I don't even know where to begin. I am just blown away by the way this is being handled. It ain't right. I mean, these are the kids. This is our future. We need to take care of them. We need to support them. We need to back them. We need to be the voice of them. And anything anybody can do to help with this situation, thank you. And if there's anything I can do, definitely reach out. My email is on my page, but it's roaddogsmedia@gmail.com. Definitely email me if there's something I can do, or if you think of something, or you have a way you can help ATL and you don't want to reach out to him, you're more than welcome to reach out to me. I will get him the message. And again, thank you for everybody that came in on ATL side, on our side, as well as everybody up on panel. Again, it's like Toe always says, we love you guys. You guys are awesome. You're what makes this show go round. Back over to you, Toe.
So, on that note, y'all, I love you. Love you long time. This is the Road and Toe Show, episode 17. Special guest, ATL Audits. I am Toe for Life. My host, Road Dogs motherfucking Media. And we are out this bitch, y'all.